Man adopts tiny kitten that he found in his yard. A few months later, this happens. Kittens start opening their eyes after 7 or 10 days since they're born, and when they do it, just like any other baby, they don't see much. Now imagine a tiny kitten with its eyes still glued and with an umbilical cord attached, crying outside. This is how the story began. Fortunately for the tiny Meow, a man heard the newborn kitten's cry and started wondering where his mother was. But when he realized he was looking at an orphaned kitten, he scooped it out and soon became the cat's dad. Check out how awesome this cat is 2 months after being rescued. When a man was on his way to work, he heard a kitten crying next to his neighbor's yard. He couldn't just leave, so he tried to trace the sound and find the one causing so much noise. This is what he said. On his Imgur account, the man posted a few photos of the kitten, telling the whole story. I was heading to my service van to go to my first call for work 4 weeks ago when I heard crying. Then he even did this thing. He found the kitten in the tall weeds and waited for some time to see if the mama would come back, and she never did. So he did what any kind man would do: give the tiny fluff a home, a family, and a name. I picked him up and brought him inside to the wife, said Musser. In the house, he took a better look at the kitten and saw that it even had its umbilical cord attached. The eyes were still closed and the kitten was quite hungry. The man's wife immediately went to the store to buy some kitten formula and a bottle to start feeding the tiny baby. It would have been a tough job, but it was rewarding to see the kitten with a full belly falling asleep. After eating the milk, this little fella snoozed for a while on his savior's shoulder. The man didn't dare move, so he just sat on the couch and waited for this tiny fluff to wake up on his own. You won't believe what happened next. After the man came back from work, they went to see a vet. Booser said the vet checked him out and said the kitten was in good shape. He was anywhere from 2 to 5 days old. Imagine that this kitty was so young that its eyes were still closed, and the ear canals were closed too. This meant a blind, deaf kitty needing someone to help it survive and nurse it to health. This kitty loves his new family. He even tried to suckle his dad's arm and spent most of the time nuzzling the man's neck. Those were some nap fests that started melting everyone's hearts. The next photo is just too cute to miss. On his Imgur account, Musser kept everyone in the loop with weekly news on the saved kitten. Everyone went crazy over the kitten. Then he asked users to come up with the name for it for the new member of his family. The kitty was literally following everyone around the house, like a shadow or a ghost, so they picked the best name: Casper. There were dozens of great names, but this one fit like a glove. Casper received his warm bottle of milk every 2 hours and tons of love. He rewarded his saviors by purring up a storm and sleeping on them every time he had a chance. Casper finally saw his family a week after. The tiny ball of fur this man saw was now able to keep his eyes open and even the ears perked up. Then a few more weeks passed and he started exploring the house. Wait till you see the next photo. Casper learned how to play and he was his curious and energetic self every day, trying to show his humans what else he could do, like climbing up his dad's arms, going to poke around the older cats of the house. The family already has 3 cats in the house, and they were all curious about the new furry sibling. The youngest one took more of an interest in Casper and became his protective brother. That is what the man said about their relationship. Shobo the cat has taken it upon himself to care for the kitten, said Musser in one of his updates on his furry babies. Then it seems that Shobo was a great mentor for Casper as he started doing this. 4 weeks in and he's already started drinking from the dish and using the litter box, said the man. We think it has to do with Shobo teaching him a few things on how to cat 101, and that's not all. The man also posted a photo of his boy playing with Casper. He and our son have become best friends. The tiny fragile kitten is now a young cat who hasn't yet realized he's too big to sleep on his dad's shoulder. However, we have to admit that he's so cute trying his best to cuddle up on top of his dad's shoulders, like in the old times. It's been quite a story and a long journey, but Casper is now safe, healthy, and very loved. The moment this man stopped and helped a tiny kitty in need of his help has changed the whole family. Since they saved Casper, their house has been filled with cuteness and cuddles.